This is Mad Apple Extreme, live from the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company in Appleton, Wisconsin. Get ready for the extreme in pool entertainment. Welcome to the King of the Hill.
Well, that was a little lopsided. Who
Oh, I think Jeremy won that one.
did Gray miscue? Well, anyways, welcome everybody. Happy to be here tonight. We're going to have a very good match coming up here. We got Gray Siech, and he's taking on our current king. How many weeks has Jeremy been here?
Jeremy is at least 3-4 now, possibly. Today's 4th, I think.
All right.
For this time around.
Well, yeah, and he had surrendered his throne.
Right.
So he had a event, and then he came back after that was all done. Well, and after all the multiple state tournaments. But anyway, so it should be a good match. I'm Kendall Cook, and next to me is M.H. Penglaze. Both of us work here at the Mad Apple.
That's right.
And some of us work harder than others.
Uh-huh. Not sure how you meant that, but...
Well, exactly how I said it. Could be you, could be me. It doesn't matter. All right, so this is going to be some work tonight for Gray, though, because Jeremy plays strong.
Yep. Gray's got his work cut out. It is winner breaks. So if Jeremy gets his break working...
Well, I'll tell you, if Jeremy had a weakness last week, it was definitely his break. He was not pocketing balls on the break, so it doesn't look like it's changed yet this week. But that's something he's going to want to look to change because Gray can really snap heat. Boy, I tell you, if you're
Gray's...
watching warm-ups, man, he made a heck of a bank to get out of that last rack he was shooting for practice.
No, Gray's a very strong player, so if he gets a chance here, and he's got the first chance in this would be a good statement if he could somehow take this first rack. Does the 10-ball go? Does he have an easy shot on it? Because stripes look pretty nice if he can get that 10-ball in. He's having a good hard look at it, so it tells me that it's not quite...
Well, John,
simple.
If you need a do-over because you weren't ready, we were late. Everybody said no sound, but I'm assuming that's before we started, so... Well, what do you like? I don't know if I like any of it. It's all a mess.
Yeah, so stripes really don't look bad if he could get this 10-ball in. And
I don't know if he can see it. Do you think he can?
No, well, he would have shot it already now, probably,
yeah,
but
because
right? He's been staring at it. But that doesn't mean he can't play a little bending swerve shot and still have a fairly good chance of making this ball. And he's just trying to figure out if the 15 goes in the side past the 9. It looks like it does.
Guys, somebody say something so we know we are being heard.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, we can hear you now, says Paper. Good to see you, Paper. Good to see you, John.
That was a very quick response.
Mic check. No sound. Check, check.
Yeah, so he cannot shoot that 10-ball. Oh, what a shot. What a great shot for the first shot of the match.
Well, I tell you, in warm-up, I was watching him play, and he really was hitting the ball extremely well.
And he had... a little safety net with the 9-ball could have helped him, but it's better that he didn't hit the 9-ball because the 9-ball's sitting in a nice position there.
Yeah, and he came around perfect.
Could have got the 9 in trouble if he'd clipped it, so that was perfect. He's nicely on the 10. It's a rack where you could really like to use the side pocket for some of these shots.
Well, this is a huge set the tone thing, you know what I mean? If Jeremy's going to break dry and then Gray can come out here, he can mentally get on top of Jeremy, get him thinking about his break already, because Jeremy knows he didn't break good last week.
Yeah, and psychologically, this first rack, if Gray gets out here, he knows that he's got a chance, and he's obviously going to be firing at it. He comes into this.
I talked to him. He knows he's got a chance, trust me.
If you almost get this first rack and then stumble and then have to sit while Jeremy finishes it off, that's depressing. Oh, and that's what I was saying about not clipping the 9-ball on the way in, and that one was tighter, and that one little snick on that 9
well, it just changed everything.
Totally ruined this rack. That's a shame. Now what are you going to do? Saving grace, the 1 and the 7 don't really go anywhere.
Well, you called that perfect.
He's got these balls in the side pocket. He doesn't really have a shot, though, right now. So
That's nice, Mike. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And yeah, I don't really understand those other streams, to be honest.
class act. Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, that 7-1 for Jeremy is kind of a trouble. And actually, his first shot here is not super easy, is it?
No, I mean, he's not bad on the 4-ball here, but the real question is, what's the plan? You don't really have any balls up table, especially after you shoot this 4-ball in. There's really no good break balls for the 7 and the 1. The 1 does go in the side pocket, of course.
And I was going to say, you can get that off the 5, I think. So if you were over on the side rail.
And is the 5 okay, is it?
Yeah, I think that goes. Looks like it. It's touchy. I mean, you know.
But yeah, wisely.
It's a smart shot.
Break these up first. Knowing that the 9-ball, you see, he's free to break these balls up, knowing that the 9-ball for his opponent is still not open.
Yeah, and especially if the 5 is.
And that's general rule of thumb. Break up clusters that involve only your own balls before you break up clusters that involve both groups.
Are we playing to make the 12?
No, he called safe.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I see. 12, yeah.
Well, I left him at 13. I'm surprised at that. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, but he left him a path to the out. Got to get one good break, and you got a pretty good pattern.
And
14's tough, though, too, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of the table with only really one pocket. If Gray wants to be aggressive here, he does have the 13 into 2 different corner pockets, and
I think you got to go right, though, right?
Well, the only thing about the left is you might be able to break out the 9, because there's not much point in shooting these balls in unless it gets you somehow onto some kind of break shot.
Ding dong. Ding is here, Mr. Bell. What's going on, Bell?
Hello, Mr. Bell.
Mr. Bell. What? Fred Renner.
Okay.
Oh. I don't know that interfered with anything that Jeremy had going. That 13 doesn't really matter to him. He's not shooting anything over there really anyways.
No, so the real question is, does that 5-ball go, or is that still a problem?
You're going to find out, because I think he's going to roll forward here if it does go. It's kind of funny, I get it, but I think you can push forward to the rail between the 9 and the side pocket and then come back out for the 5 a bit. It's tight, but I think it's...
And he may be able to cheat the pocket on the 7 here and go into the 5. Bang.
Oh, he did, yeah. Well, so it may not have went. And by the look of that, I don't think it did.
Yeah. Very thick, didn't he?
Yeah. That's almost a 3/4 of a diamond out of the pocket. I got a little funny here. A little much angle on the 6. He hate to go away from those 3 balls down there, but he might have to. He might have to decide to come down table a bit. Is he shooting at the 3? Well, he got back on the 3 possibly, I think. If he did, it's a pretty good... I don't know if he played it or not, but either way, it's a good line.
Yeah, he's on it.
Come over for the 2. So, little 1 pocket here is he's going to take these 3 balls in the same corner. I mean, 1 to the 8 still isn't a gimme. You know, because that's probably your setup ball.
The 1 to the 8?
Which I'd hate, actually. I don't know how you do this.
I almost would have liked to have left one of those balls down there that he's just finishing up.
Maybe, see, that's what I was going to say. Maybe you play to the 1 here. I don't like that either.
Well, the 5 doesn't really go in the side pocket, or at least I don't think you want to shoot the 5 in the side pocket. So he's got to shoot the 5 now.
Yeah, maybe just play over off the rail and come over by the 12, huh? I think he might have enough angle to force to the side and over. Get down here by the 12 to shoot the 1 up. I don't know. Let's see what Jeremy sees. He's digging down.
Yeah, he's digging down. So he's going to shoot the 5 and then the 1 past the 12. And this last shot is going to be the tester, so you can get in trouble here.
Well, I mean, if you had to get one or the other, it's tough. But now you got both. You're trying to get tough shape and a pretty particular shot, too.
Yeah, because he's only got half a pocket at best, and he can come off the rail first off the back of the
playing for the side
ball.
pocket past the 9, I think, for shape. Yeah, good shot. He really hit that good speed.
Yeah.
And really controlled it. Nice shot. We should replay that one.
Yeah, he caught the good thickness. He hit the rail first. A nice, good thickness on the back side of that 12 ball.
Well, we'll just let it run through here. We'll watch this shot again.
They didn't change that again for you, did they?
No, they did. I just didn't hit it very well.
Yeah, and that's
really perfect speed. He didn't overhit it.
Well, Gray's got to stay strong here. Obviously, one game doesn't mean a huge amount in the long scheme of things, but a little bit disheartening.
Well, and it's so funny, you called it, I think, a shot or two ahead, taking that ball off the 9, how much that changed the game.
Yeah.
Because it looked like Gray was just going to have a nice little pattern out.
Yeah.
And that one push over there just changed the world,
Yeah, it transformed from a really nice lie to seemingly impossible.
Do us a favor, guys. If you haven't gone out and shared yet, please go and do that. That is how we keep this thing running for free. Only 92 of you right now. This match deserves way better. Both these players are terrific, and we got $1,000 here riding in the middle, and it's just getting started. So make sure you get out there, share to your favorite Facebook stream pages. Take a look at the Hall of Fame cam here. John Kramer, one of the best in the Wisconsin business. No takers, bums. Nobody private messaged you? Well, it's a tough bet, man. Either way, both these players play so strong. You got to be confident in your horse.
Hello to Fred Renner out there.
Scaffidi's. Yeah, they're celebrating down there. Every time there's a table run, they got some shots set up for the folks down there. I tell you, Gray and his group, they definitely know how to have a good time. So I always like to have them around.
Hello to Mr. Like and his family at home watching on the big screen. He said he's watching today.
Nice. 65 or above. 65 inches.
Is that what classes as big these days?
I mean, pretty soon, the TV is going to be so big it'll be like life size. The right-hand screen will be like the actual size of a pool table. It's not that unrealistic.
Well, strangely here, Jeremy taking stripes, considering where the 12 ball is. This is surprising to me.
I think he likes the 15 for a break, but I don't think he's going to like where that ended. Wow.
I was almost certain he would have to take solids there because he had a good shot on the 5, or he also had ways on the 3-5. And it just seemed that the 12 ball is more of a problem. But he must be right. You're right. He has to be relying on that 15 break shot on the 15 in the one of the side pockets to break the 12 out.
Well, now I don't know if he's going to have to worry about it because he. So Gray definitely has to take advantage.
Right,
Jeremy had a good opportunity. To run out there and kind of give it back to Gray this time. So let's see if Gray can return the favor. And
it doesn't look like he has any choice but to shoot the 5 now. It's kind of one of those situations where you'd almost like to leave the 5 and the 3 because it's safe against stripes in case something doesn't go right. But he has to shoot the 5 now if he wants to start running.
I don't know. I almost like coming off the end rail here to create a little bit more angle to play up into the 3. Because you really kind of want to get up table with your cue ball.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Yeah,
just straight out of that.
Yeah, draw and kiss the 3, and you still don't really end up with a good shot.
So I think I would come off this end rail. I think that 5 is deep enough.
I'd have a tendency to hit this pretty hard. I'm not saying that's the best shot, but I'm just saying that's what I'd probably do.
I agree, Patrick Glenn. He just posted the link. Blah. I saw like there.
The leak.
But he just posted the link in the chat to go and sign up. And if you think you got what it takes to challenge,
he actually doesn't have to break the 3 ball out. There you go. I was wondering if that was the case.
You think it goes like that?
Yeah,
5?
and it's still safe. The 12 is still, I think, safe. If the 3 goes and the 12 doesn't, then he's just played that really well.
Wow, Fong. Going for the underdog here. He's predicting 15-14 gray.
Fong's getting a good bit of couch time. In fact, he's stuck on the couch with his broken fibula.
Yeah.
And poor old Fong slipped on the ice.
Poor old Fong. What about his wife? Man. Now she's stuck shoveling and everything else.
Well, I don't think they have to shovel at their place.
Oh.
In fact, it was the lack of shoveling that caused the slip.
Oh, well, maybe
the slippery conditions.
Well, I'm going to go out and share.
Fong did just tell me, though, he's probably going to have surgery.
Yeah, he did. He told me that.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate. So good luck to you, Fong.
Well, good luck to him, and I don't know. Gray doesn't look like he needs any luck here. He got a pretty good pattern. Come out for the 6 in the side, I think, off of this 1. So
yeah, and this he's showing where he's pointing his cue. This is a very critical kind of angle, isn't it? If you want to A, make sure you can actually have a shot on the 3, and B, try and control the cue ball when you shoot the 3. Because he's going to need to go from the 3 to the 8. And if that ball sneaks behind the 11, he has just got himself in trouble.
Oh, that's you.
I recognize that voice.
You sound familiar to me.
I'm very familiar. Now, he hasn't run over to get a jump cue yet. But this, okay, there he goes. This does seem like a fairly reasonable jump shot. He's not got terrible odds of making this 6 ball in the side with this jump shot. It's a tall order, though, to control the cue ball and stay on that critical line angle on the 3 ball for his next shot. But he's digging down, so he is playing this like a jump stop shot, stun shot. He can't stop it because he's got a little bit of an angle.
If nobody else is going to share.
Gets a good hit. Banks it into the wrong pocket. Did end up with a nice shot on the 3 if only he'd called that pocket. But unfortunately, again, it's very close, but no cigar.
I don't know if that's the right group for the Milwaukee peeps down there, but I got Milwaukee Pool Players Association and Billiards something. Anyway, so that's where I shared it. I don't know. If there's another one, let me know.
Milwaukee. What's he doing here?
I don't know.
He's making the 3 ball. Wow. Well, it's a good shot.
He's not that smart.
He does have given Gray a sort of a Hail Mary chance here.
What's going on, Mike? Watching in Sherwood, Wisconsin.
That's where Robin Hood is from.
Oh, John Dietrich predicting 15-9, Jeremy.
So he's gone back for his jump cue again. Much longer distance on this one, and because of how far away the 15 is, you have to really hit this ball, and I think the only way to not have the cue ball bounce off the table is to get a nice solid hit on the 8 ball to protect the cue.
I'll make this ball every time, then I'll scratch in the right corner.
Yeah, it's very difficult for all the parts of this shot to go right.
Won't make it either,
But if you do make it, yeah, that 15 ball was so far away.
he hit the tree. Bang Time Pool. Haven't seen you for a while, except for I saw you on Facebook tooling around on your table.
Tooling around on his table.
He was, yeah.
I'm not sure I even know what that means.
You know, just shooting a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he puts out videos, doesn't he?
Yeah. What's the temperature in Florida? We're coming to Fort Myer, let's see, April 2nd through the 6th. So good temperatures right now. No humidity. That's what I'm hoping for. Last time I was there, it sucked. It really did.
Why? What was it like?
Yeah, it was humid. My God, it was like walk outside and you were soaked. You couldn't open the window in the room or the mirror would just fog over.
Yeah, in a way, it's a little bit easier to live through the Wisconsin winters than it is some of those hot states and their summers. I do remember being in Arizona in the height of the heat. Impossible to go outside.
Oh, I haven't used our new end camera yet. Let's take a look at that.
Fancy.
Yeah. I can zoom in on that too, but I like that view. It gives you a little bit overall of the room. All right, he's going to shoot it this way so we can stay right here. Perfect. I mean, this is like a roll shot, and you end up, well, he might have got a little more angle than I thought, so is he going to hold it? He is.
You betcha.
These deep shelves, I tell you, it was pretty close to that inside point right there. Oh. Thanks for the stream, guys. It's in the mid-80s this week and high 70s next week. Perfect. And
It's almost hot enough to melt the snow here.
No, we're not going to Fort Myers. So is that recovered yet? That's what I want to know. Because we stayed at Diamond Head, and we actually absolutely loved that resort. And it was just utterly destroyed the last hurricane. So the pier was gone. There was no beach left. I mean, it was bad. So I'd be curious how it looks. Let's see. Cal Bruning. Oh, sorry, Brunig. 15-8 Jeremy is what he's guessing. No, not streaming there. Bang time. I'm coming there with my wife to get the heck away from it all. Hey, there he's got a break that worked.
Yeah, and
really well, actually.
the last one did too. He's got nicely open. First shot might be the 9-3 combination. Well, if you do take solids, you've got to figure out the one ball.
All right, we got Colleen checking in. Go Gray. Colorado family is watching. And also Jenna Mansfield checking in. Go Gray. Also watching from Colorado.
And if Jeremy does choose stripes here, he could play his first shot and break the 9 out, possibly shooting the 15 first.
I see it. It's so hard, you know. You look at that stuff from our perspective here. It's just hard to tell.
I think because where the 5 is, the 5 can be used to free the 1. And I think his combination with obviously an open table after the break on the 9-3 solves that problem. Yeah, he's called the 3 ball. Because otherwise he's got to figure out a way to break it. And he's left himself the angle on the 5 to solve the 1. So if this shot goes right, he'll have an open table. But it's tough to predict exactly where the 1 ball and the cue ball are going to end up after this shot. Oh, he's not playing that shot. He may be breaking the 1 now with the 7. Oh, look at that. He hit the 13, opening up the pocket for the 1.
Yeah, what did he do to the 4? Did it stay? And truthfully, I mean, he's got the 6. Okay.
Yeah, he's got the 6, and
he can see the bottom of the ball.
Yeah, he's getting down quick. So I think he can use the 6 to get on the 4. Should be okay. Well, I think he's going to have to leave the 4 till the last ball now. Because if he shoots the 4 now, he's not getting on the 5. So yeah, negotiate that little nudge well. So he's straight enough on the 1 ball that he can just follow forward for the 4 in the side.
Yeah, that's a nice pattern.
No, he's digging down, so he's going to play the 4 in the corner.
Same pocket.
After this. Didn't give it enough.
Well, he got there, but this is tough. You're running right into that 8.
And he did hit that shot pretty hard, but it shows you he needed to hit it harder.
Drawing away from it, so he's going to try and just catch the outside of this 8 ball, spin it off it. That's a good shot. Did about as good as he could, I think, and he's still got a cut shot here.
Yeah, he's got a good chance. He's going to bear down and cut this in.
Man, everybody from Colorado is watching their good either family or friend, Gray. Nice shot there. Careful.
Yeah.
Careful. Well, okay. Nice shot. Finish off the rack to get to 2. Jeremy jumping out in the lead with this beauty of a cut. Is that 3? That's 3. Sorry, my bad. It's tough to beat a guy when he can make that ball look that easy.
Oh, I just noticed that you've got the scoring thing facing me. Does that mean it was my job to keep track of the stats? Because that was a break and run.
Yeah, good.
What else? How do I got to catch up now.
We had 2 unforced errors, 1 from each of them.
You had one dry
more
break.
from
The
Gray.
first break was dry, and then the next 2 were good.
Yep.
And Jeremy's on the left, I'm assuming. Yeah, just like that. So we give Jeremy 1 dry break.
Player 1 is Jeremy. Gray.
Yeah, that's 3 breaks in a row where he's made a ball and blasted him open. Got a nice open table, so he's got a chance for another run here. We haven't seen Gray recently.
Yeah, no, Jeremy's had control now that he's had the break. Did you catch all those up? Getting there.
Now, is that only 1 break and run? That last one was definitely a break and run. The previous one,
yeah, that's the first break
where he broke and made a ball. How did he break down? Did he?
How many breaking runs have we had,
might be
guys?
2 in a row.
I don't know if it is. Is that 2 in a row, or was that just the singular? Somebody's paying attention.
I think that's 2
It's
in a row.
not us. Fort Myers was steel rebuilding. So do they have to like truck sand back in to fill that beach back in when they do that? Can they even legally do that? I don't know.
To the beach
Yeah.
when the weather takes it away. After took millions of years to put that sand there. The hurricane comes up and just scoops it all away, does it?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I'll blame that on me, actually, the whole thing. I finally found some place where I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So it couldn't last.
Yeah. And he could pick solids or stripes here.
What do you like?
Both of them.
Yeah, they really are.
If Jeremy
Pattern
likes
for
stripes,
either
I
of
like
them.
stripes.
I like stripes. I think it's a good. I'll be surprised if he actually
Is
comes
this-
down table right now.
This shot is the key shot, though, isn't it? The transition. He's getting rid of the 14, but he's got to get the cue ball down there for a shot, and that's not.
That's why I don't know that I'd
He's
play
gotta-
that ball. I'm not saying he's making a mistake,
I think the
but
cue ball's got to travel all the way down there to have a chance.
for me, I feel like I would have
Oh,
gotten in
look at that.
trouble there. He had it perfect though.
Yeah. That shot right there was the key shot.
Yeah, it really was. Shot the 13 in the corner next. Just stop shot to this 11. Surprises me just a little. Grandpa Jim says, hello, Gray. Got a bunch of Gray rooters. They need to see Gray get to the table because this is going to be another run for Jeremy. Just going to pull this back, shoot the 8 ball. I think he's just going to pull this back by the 5, kind of. No, he went forward. Okay, so back cut the 8. Jeremy with another break and run. Mark it. Oh, you're double checking?
Yeah, and it's that this is only the second break and run, so that first rack, or that it was the second rack where Jeremy did break, got a ball in. I'm just watching. I see Gray there, so it means Jeremy didn't break and run it.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh,
So
that's right. He played a shot where he ended up freezing to the back of the 13 and stopped his run. So
Oh, yeah.
he's
Yep.
on. Jeremy's on two break and runs right now.
Yep.
Consecutive.
Grandpa Jim giving Gray a little advice there. He says time for an old fashioned and some fish sticks. That'll fix it all. I'm with you. I could go for an old fashioned, actually. We have a killer old fashioned here. Rusty says nice out. I agree. Jeremy's definitely got his break worked out because that's 3 in a row.
Yes. I don't know if you could do a
looking
replay on
nice.
that break. That was kind of interesting how the head ball and the second ball right behind it both flew together into the side pocket. And then another ball went into the other side pocket. He's cracking the head ball. And that break is working well. Yeah, see how those two balls just chased each other into the side pocket. And another one where you start off with a solid stripe combination.
Way to fix the lighting on this camera a little bit.
It's bleaching, isn't it?
A little bit. Otherwise, I like the angle. It's good to be able to come down here.
It's nice to actually have a shot where you can watch the player's whole stance and technique. This shot's kind of the key shot. He's nicely on this 14. He's got to drift up to get on the 15. Well, I don't think he was trying to hit that, really. Hitting it wasn't.
Yeah,
Didn't
he's
seem.
in trouble here.
He wanted to miss that, didn't he? Just get behind it. shoot the 15 into the same pocket. So this could be a chance that Gray is needed. Solids are nicely open if Gray gets a chance here. And he's trying to figure out if this bank on the 15 can squeeze past the 11. It doesn't look very good, does it?
Well, he's got to play it long and really shorten it up if it has any chance. So I don't think there's a natural line for it at all.
Yeah, and he must have determined that it is makeable because he's also looking at where the cue ball goes afterwards. The cue ball is going to whiz past the 5 ball, and he's going to zing around a few rails to get back out in the open.
So cut this ball long with a lot of right.
You're saying snick it all the way up past the 3 ball?
Nope. Cut it long to the rail if you want to try and make it.
Oh, I see.
He's playing the bank cross side.
And not
Now
too
he's
long.
playing the jump shot.
Yeah.
Pulled out the short stick. Oh, pulling out the shorter stick. Take off the end.
And this is a jump shot onto the 13, is it? Or onto the 11? 11 in the side?
Maybe he's going to jump the edge and then play the off the rail first 13 ball.
Yeah, and the 2 ball's there to help. It's tough to tell whether he's aiming.
11 in the side.
11
That's
in the
my
side.
guess, yeah. Take a look.
Oh, what a nice try.
Yeah, he did. Give it a good run. Still tough little shot on that 13 even if he made that ball.
Gray's got a nice little starter here. He's been sitting in his chair for the last 3 racks. Two and a half racks. And it's a long race to 15.
It is. I mean, this doesn't. Gray's playing good. I mean, when I was watching Gray warm up, he was running out. He just hasn't had a lot of opportunity. He did have 1 or 2 missed chances.
Yeah, and it just shows you how that first rack and maybe the chance in the second rack, how those 2 missed racks, because he was looking at running out both of those racks.
Yeah.
How different his position would be right now.
You know, you don't want to stay too tight. But you can't loosen up too much until it's time. You know, it's tough.
Like Goldilocks, not too tight, not too loose.
Right.
Just right.
Just right. This is a tough. I mean, this is a tricky little shot right here. No matter what he does, you know, shooting this 4.
Yeah, it's just got to roll it in gently.
When you're in the middle of stroking balls, this is nothing. But it's just a funny angle to come across, and you hit it well.
Deposits it nicely. Draw a shot on the 5 ball to get nice and straight on the 6. And if he's not straight, he's still.
I personally shoot the 6 here first. Draw out to the 5, but it's me. And looks like Gray.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I get it.
See, now, and he hit that different than I would, too. I would have probably curled that back a little bit. Hit a little slower. But it's all what
But his
you're
was nice. I mean,
with,
that's natural sort of just rolling with
Yeah.
speed to go 2 rails. His was a good shot.
Well, Gray's not going to skunk you.
That's right.
It's a start. That's where you got to start. Look at that safety, even if he did miss. So Gray finishes strong there. Good little run. Shows he's still here to play.
So that goes as an unforced error for Jeremy. And so I'm scoring that at only 2 unforced errors each. The scoreline's very different. That's because we had a couple of break and runs in the middle. Let's see if Gray can get a good break here. Give himself a chance to keep going, keep Jeremy sitting. Well, they didn't really open up very nicely, did they?
Well, 6 went, though. He made a ball. Let's start. He was struggling breaking, too. He was working on it when we started.
Yeah, they just seemed very
When he
sluggish,
was
didn't they?
warming up. He was having varied success depending on what he was doing.
Now, it looks like stripes have opened up quite nicely.
Well, let's see what the Hall of Fame cam has to say.
I think the Hall of Fame cam says
Stripes opened up
stripes look
nicely.
good. Yeah.
Only problem with solids really is the 7 ball. And your starting shot is a little tougher, probably.
You shoot the 5, yeah. Yeah, if the 7 doesn't go, and then there's the 4.
Right, there's a couple that are a
he
little
doesn't really have-
touchy.
He doesn't really have any reason not to take stripes here, does he? Except for the 8 ball. I mean, the 8 ball's not totally buried or anything, so, I mean, there's got to be ways to get on it. Yeah, so what he showed you there is he's thinking about rolling the 14 in the side pocket first and getting on the 12. Guess he kind of viewed the 14 as a partial problem. Oh, and that little kiss on the 3 ball might have been the whole reason for that, to open up the 8. Yeah, he may have been thinking ahead about breaking, just clearing the path for the 8 ball, which is why he chose that. And now he's nudged the 8, so it's now behind the 3 again.
Yeah, stop hitting it.
Oh, he's got to hit it again now.
It's the only problem with it.
So now he's got to be
Yeah.
careful. He picks the right ball to get on the 8 for last. What's your last ball here? The 10 ball, probably. To sort of stay underneath it. Yeah, the colors on those cameras are very different, aren't they? In it goes. That still counts. Doesn't matter that it hits the jaw 3 times. As long as it goes down. But everything right now is about planning how to get on the 8. And he seems like he's tempted to shoot this 11 ball, but it's really tough to get a shot here. So no, I would suggest rolling the 9 ball in to get on the 15, rolling that in with the right speed to get on the 11. And that's what he's going to do. I'd like more angle on this 15 than what he's got. Because the natural rolling shot here goes a little bit close to the 2 ball. Maybe just wide of the 2. And then he's got to get the speed. No, he's digging down. So he could not play a natural rolling shot here. Stunned it. Gave it too much. And doesn't even have a shot on the 10, so this got difficult. And when these players run out and make it look easy, they're just picking the right speed. His shot there previous, if he'd got a different angle on the 15, it could have been a nice rolling simple shot on the 15. But he ended up a little bit straighter than he wanted and forced himself into having to play a stun shot there, and he's lost control of the speed. He's thinking about the bank shot on the 10 now. And even if he does bank the 10 and negotiate his way Off the rail and back up table and gets nicely on the 11. It's still not clear where he's going to shoot the 8. And he thinks that if he does bank the 10, he can't avoid going into these 2 solid balls on the rail. So it looks like he's... okay, that's why he looked at that. He's just trying not to leave Jeremy a shot. But this is definitely advantage solids. Jeremy's going to play a little sneaky shot where he just freezes a bit in there. It's given Gray a view of the 10. And actually, the 10 is cuttable past the 3. So you could view that as a mistake from Jeremy, and Gray does have a chance here. When scoring these stats for the match, I know Chris G had a good sort of analysis and understanding of what counts and what doesn't count as a mistake. But I actually think that was you could consider that a mistake from Jeremy.
Yeah, it's an
Regardless of whether-
opportunity given to your opponent that otherwise shouldn't have
Yeah,
been
he
there.
wanted to follow forward and be on the backside of that 1 ball.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely calculate that as being a mistake,
All right.
as well as that. He had a shot. He had
Yeah.
a playable out, you know. I missed it. Sorry. Hello. What's going on, Roger? Let's see what else. Your friends at Scaffidi's. Nice out, says Mark.
Grandpa Jim says, Roger, good to see you again. Do you remember me from the part we had
Why do you sound like that?
Ram Ranch in Montana? What is it?
You sound like that, like want to add type.
Well, I think
Reading.
yeah, I was trying to
Yeah.
It's like when you start reading someone's post and then you suddenly realize I should have read it ahead of time just to make sure I aren't going to decide that I don't want to read it.
Yeah, good work. All right.
I don't want to know what they did at the Ram Ranch in Montana.
Anyway, so Jeremy playing safety there, knocking in Gray's ball. I think Gray's going to probably try and tie something up here. Oh, no, he's going to kick at it.
There you go.
Kick bank. That's what I see him looking at.
Wow, this would be an awesome shot. It's a Hail Mary, but it does have a chance to make it. He has a chance to get onto the highlight tape.
At minimum, instant replay.
Which automatically puts him on the
Makes
highlight tape.
the highlight tape. Well, Gray looks at this. I'm just going to mention the Steve Metoxin benefit coming up April 22nd here at the Mad Apple for all you local folks. Raising some money. Steve went through a tough time for guys that don't know him. We can tell you when you get here. But anyways, we have a tournament coming up April 22nd here at the Mad Apple. Help raise some money for Steve.
Yeah, Steve Metoxin, friend of the Mad Apple and also Q Builder.
Extraordinaire, to be honest.
I was going to say extraordinaire. I didn't know if fans out there could take French at this time of night. But okay, we went with
That's funny.
extraordinaire.
Is that French?
And yeah, just like the Q manufacturing company that he works for, Peshawar.
Wow.
Steve, obviously one of the Q builders at Peshawar. Gray and Jeremy having a little chit chat.
Yeah, they might want somebody to watch this shot. He just wants to take a look. Jeremy doesn't think it goes up here in the corner, but I don't think that's what he's calling.
And he doesn't want to give Gray any advice here now. Yeah, it probably doesn't go straight in. The 7 ball's in the way, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I say I think you're looking at the bank shot. You
He
got a
could.
Z-
Couldn't he just...
Z-bank?
Well, couldn't he just hit it 1 rail kick and thin hit the 11 into the side pocket?
Well, what about 2 rail side pocket?
Two-
You know, 2 rail
Oh,
Z
right.
bank.
2 rail kick.
Yeah, 2 rail kick bank into the side. I mean, that's probably got the
Don't
most
you mean-
open angle to hit.
I thought you were talking about 2 rail kick, but no bank.
No bank. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He was looking at kicking behind it.
Yeah, and if you
Right.
kick it behind it, I think you could go straight into the long side pocket.
Oh, that's brutal.
Oh,
tough.
they've got tournament director Chris G, who's busy running the Friday night Mad Apple Weekly.
Did you see what I put on his card? Commentator and tech guru.
Oh yeah,
So he's going to run the tech here. He's going to...
yeah. Chris G is the tech guy, of course.
See,
but
he's calling it
he's
the
also got his phone out.
Two rail bank.
He's going to record this.
Kick to the one rail bank in the corner.
We should have a pretty good idea if this is a foul or not. We'll know. That was a
Oh,
foul.
foul, yeah.
Because really, the 7 wouldn't have moved at all. I don't think if you
Right, because it was split. Cue ball was in danger of scratching possibly down the corner, yeah.
Oh, they're having a good old look. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there's no doubt.
I guess I could have probably replayed it too, but I didn't. I don't know what I was thinking.
State champion of Wisconsin.
Nice. He is too.
Yep.
Won the B division with WSPA. Jacob Kakak.
Yeah, they just announced. I don't know if anybody at home could hear that.
Yeah,
but
probably not. But
Chris G announcing over the speakers the next match, and he introduces Jacob Kakak, champion of Wisconsin.
the B division.
Yeah, he didn't say that, did he? But
No.
Still nice, isn't it, to be called state champion?
Yeah, it's terrific.
Wish I was a B.
I don't know. There's a lot more of them. I mean, it's almost tougher, really. But Chris definitely plays stronger than the average B player.
Leaving the 4-ball till last. Interesting. It's not really a problem.
No, it's so hung in the pocket. You got so many ways to hit at it, but it's a little.
But you don't want to be straight on it. If you're gonna, I was thinking you snick it in and shoot the 8-ball into the same pocket. But if you end up straight on it, you may end up shooting the 8-ball the long way. Which, he had plenty of angle. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, do a replay on that. Look how he overcut that ball. He cheated the pocket because he was
quite a bit too.
he was too straight on it for
Thing is, the
hitting
left,
the middle of the pocket.
The left on this shot helps it.
Yeah, so watch how he overcuts this 4-ball deliberately.
Watch on the overhead camera is the easiest one to see it. Right there. You see him. He plays it almost off the point. So a good shot. Ends up perfect. How are the stats looking? Have we still been keeping track?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're on.
Should we go to it? Should we check it
Yeah,
out?
this is close. This is close to accurate.
Let's see. Statistics. That's what we're looking for. Let's see what it looks like.
And interestingly, approximately the same number of unforced errors, but Jeremy's had some break and runs. And Jeremy's had one more dry break than Gray, and that's a misleading stat because, of course, Jeremy's had a lot more breaks.
Right.
Break and run, 2 for Jeremy. Safeties played.
Let's watch what he puts into this.
I got a good kick there. It almost looked dry for a minute, and then 2 balls flew into the same pocket. Didn't open up very well this time, though, did they? The good things about that break is he controlled the cue ball nicely. Bad thing, not nearly as open as his couple of his other breaks. And he's trying to, some people would blast that, and some people would try and finesse and tap them open.
Perfect. He can't ask for any better. He's going to shoot that 11-14 combination. All those other balls just pick off one at a time.
Yeah, that's
Nothing
true.
has interference. The
Yeah.
biggest crucial shot, I think, is getting straight enough on the 15 to stop for a good angle on the 9.
On the 13, yeah.
Or the 13. Correct,
13 to
yeah.
the 15. To the
15
Let's
to
start
the,
again, can we?
15 to the 13. This
That's right.
shot right
Correct.
here. And if he wouldn't have had it, he'd switch
just
over
a-
to the
a
11 again.
Teeny tiny amount of draw.
Just right.
Boy, it's so easy to freeze up. Yeah, he didn't overdraw it, and it would cause himself trouble with an angle.
Holy cow, I felt like I was being accosted. Yeah, crazy. Helped what? Was he saying that hit was close? That he watched before?
Well, when you record it, you kind of don't watch it. You know what I mean? You're busy watching your phone and timing that, and you don't really get as good a view of the shot as if you were just watching it without
Stats
trying
look
to record
backwards. It's all right. We never said MH could read. I never checked him either.
it. What do you mean?
Check your work, sir. MH, you have the break and runs flopped. Jeremy had 2, not Gray. Fred Renner, stats look backwards. Sorry, it just says their
No.
name on top. Yeah, you do have them backwards.
No,
Yeah.
break and runs are down there.
No, it's my fault. I'll take the blame. I put the wrong names on the wrong color. So this is Gray.
Yeah, but we should match this thing.
Yeah, we are.
So you've got it right then.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Jeremy on the left in the red. Gray on the right in the gray.
Oh, I wonder if the stat page is backwards. It's probably still my fault. Well, anyways, nice out here by Jeremy,
And that is a break and run.
taking him to 7. And that's
Break
it.
and run number 3 for Jeremy.
Yeah, so I think the stats page is actually backwards. Let me look. Yeah, I'm a dummy. So Gray is actually going to be in red when it comes to the stats page.
That is backwards.
Yeah, it's my fault. I'll take it.
Oh, I see. So you're talking about the color behind the picture.
Yeah, the color is what's messing with things. So JFED on the scoreboard is red.
And on the left.
Yeah. Yep. So you technically have to switch them opposite on here
Yeah, but then
for
it
it to
doesn't
show up right on the
Yeah,
stats.
and then it doesn't match your score on the actual main screen.
We'll just fill you in. 3 ball in the corner. Look out for the cue ball. Still traveling. A little kiss.
Oh, this got interesting. What are you going to do now, JFed?
Let's
find-
as little as possible.
We're all going to learn something now. What do you do in this kind of position? Let's find out what Jeremy, pool player extraordinaire. Oh, you've got me saying that word now.
Let's take another look at the break. Kicks right down the table. I thought the timing was going to be that it got kicked in, but didn't.
What's your plan here, Kendall, with this shot?
If you just roll off the 12 and hit the point there.
He might. He's calling the side pocket.
Oh, he's going to play the 12?
Yeah,
I don't know how.
off the 5.
I don't see it.
No, that doesn't work. I think he's called this ball.
It's a good try. It's tough, though.
Now, I don't know if that counts as an unforced error or not.
That's right, the applets. Applets. I got a lady's going to go play the spring fling. And she said, thanks for the shirts. I actually had to do them digital because although I did get them done for you guys, I last seconded it because I thought they were shirts for Whammo. We haven't printed any of those yet.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Next week.
Yeah, and of course, because it's out of town and the tournament starts on Wednesday, people are going to want to pick up their shirts up by Tuesday.
Well, just as a reminder, guys, there's no King of the Hill next week because we will actually have our Wisconsin State Foosball Championships here, so there's literally no pool tables in here Friday at all. We take
Isn't that
all
fun?
of
Yeah,
them
we
out
got
of
to move all the pool tables out of here. And the foosball tournament guys arrive with a big truck full of foosball tables, and they bring those in.
24 of them altogether.
If you're interested in that kind of stuff, there will be streaming.
Yes.
So that our streams are all going to be set up for foosball.
Well, and the best foosball player in the world is actually here every year, and his name is Tony Spredeman. And incredible. I mean, he's ridiculous.
Yeah, I never really used to consider foosball as a real game until I watched how good those guys are.
It's amazing, really. I mean, a lot of people look at that the same way some people look at pool. You know, they have no idea how much control there is in what we do.
Yeah.
And it's much more interesting once you understand the degree of control that there is.
And they did explain to me that there's actually on Netflix, there's a documentary about those guys, including Tony and the top foosballs guys, and I still haven't watched it. But I'm gonna.
Oh, did Randy Parlick ask your question? Well, you have. Oh, okay. I actually did not see your question, Randy. I missed it. But yeah, there's your answer. My stats are upside down. Can you fix it too? Maybe. Falsifying documents? I don't know. Well, I wonder if I can. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on that because that's much more interesting.
Looks like he's got this. Okay, he does. Yeah, one in the side. Look at that. Tiny little pocket he had to get that into. Now, he did have an opportunity there to snick the 11 ball and still make the 1, which would have opened up the 8 ball. Because where it sits, the solids are open, but the 8 is not. And so what he's eyeballing here is playing a draw shot on the 7. And you got to judge the amount of draw just right, because if he draws and hits the back side of the 8 ball, he may get unlucky and not have a shot on his next solid. Okay, so now he's looking at the other option, which is play the 4 off the 11. So that seems like a better option. Well, that was almost a good shot. Yeah, so now he's looking at playing a little safety, trying to get behind the 2 and the 5. And he has a good chance to leave this safe because those 2 balls, stripes in the middle of the table are sitting awkwardly with each other. So even if he leaves Jeremy a view of them, they don't have a pocket. The 11 ball from up there, if he leaves a window to see the 11 ball doesn't go anywhere from up there. So the key balls to hook Jeremy on are these open balls down table, the 14. And really, that's it. He's got to make sure Jeremy doesn't have a shot on the 14. And
called safe.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Oh, he's hit that brilliantly. You used the double kiss off the 8 ball to nudge him behind the 5, so he's definitely cut off all lines to the stripes.
Off the 8, off the 2. Off the 2?
What's that?
Did I miss something?
Yeah, probably. No doubt.
Probably.
There's no doubt about it. You missed something, but you just carry on doing your thing on your phone there, and I'll do the commentary. You sit tight.
Good work.
Yeah, to catch you up, Kendall, Gray played a nice little safety shot.
Missed it.
And Jeremy's playing a kick on the 11.
Well, he ended up getting a good hit, though.
Or the 15. Actually, it might have been. I don't know which ball he was aiming for there.
I guess depending on your definition of good.
And Gray's now got that angle that he was hoping to get on earlier to shoot the 4 ball off the 11. And that means the 8-ball is going to be propelled down table towards the stripe. So if the 8-ball ends up getting into the open, he's going to be happy here. Because he'll definitely have shots on his 2 solids. The real question is, where's the 8-ball going to end up? There it goes. Nudge, nudge. It's
Perfect,
okay.
Yeah.
Looking good. He's got a small window to get on, but it's definitely there for him.
Well, he's left himself a good angle on the 5 to get a good angle on the 2 to make that window as big as he can.
Yeah, that's right. Don't accidentally get straight on the 2-ball.
Yeah, not too straight.
Yeah, no risk of that playing it like that. He was quite straight on the 5, wasn't he? So the nice thing about this angle is you don't have to hit it very hard, and it might be easier to control the speed like this.
Yeah, I would like to be a little straighter than what he's got. Makes it a bit easier because you can draw up on top of the 12 instead of having to hit the hole.
Oh, he hit that almost
Really
too.
well.
He hit that almost too good, yeah. Because he was trying to. Because you're right, he did have a little bit more angle than he wanted, but he's proved it was definitely straight enough. He almost hit it so good that he hooked himself. Got to bear down and make this one. The most important ball of this rack. There it is, center of the pocket.
Nice job there by Gray, getting to number 2, so down by 4.
Yeah, and that was a well worked out rack there. He got himself in. He was running. He got himself into a little bit of trouble. He played a very good safety. Jeremy got a good hit, but left Gray a chance, and Gray took it.
Mathis, they're playing 8-ball BCA rules, so ball in hand rules. And it's a race to 15.
So I don't know if that counts as an unforced error for Gray. He was in the middle of a run, got out of position, played a very good safety, and maintained control. So does that count, Kendall, as an unforced error or not?
No, I wouldn't think.
Just because he came out favorably. Safety kind of saved him. I'm going to have to ask Chris G, because Chris G's got it all figured out. What
Yeah,
does
he
count and
does.
what? It's actually quite... There's a lot of sort of grey areas that we have to...
Gray areas.
Good one here. All right. Well, unfortunately for Gray, that nice wide open break did not produce any balls.
Yeah, and it is pretty open. Jeremy going to go ahead and start down here on the end. With that 10 ball. 14's maybe the only ball with any real trouble, I guess. Could get it right here, actually. Come up table for it. Oop, not too hard. I think I would have been trying to slow that down. Maybe he was trying to get to the top there, but
Or maybe
a
kiss the
little
floor.
lighter. You could have kept that 14 in the side right there.
Yep. So plan B.
Well, he may not have. He made it. Thought that was too tight of a window.
Little nudge. That's a good little
Little-
draw shot to nudge the 8 and 14 apart.
Improvisation going. I think you got to get rid of the 15 now, huh? I think I don't like leaving the 15 hang down here.
Yeah, and the only reason I say yes to that, agree with that, is because
4 ball.
the 8 ball, to get on the 8 ball, you need to be down table.
Yeah, the 4 ball.
So you leave the 9 till last, maybe. Or he could play a stop shot on the 13 here and use the 14 to nudge the 8 again.
Yeah, it's a good call there. I like that.
But Jeremy doesn't.
Well, he might still do that just off the, come back off the 9 here. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because basically playing for the 9 ball here tells you he's not going to try and use the 9 to get on the 8 as the last ball. No, he is. See, yeah, he's got to leave the 9 ball there. And this is just fine, actually, real simple. Roll forward, get straight on the 15, and he's looking very good.
Mad Matt, evening, gentlemen. A little late, but better than never. I agree.
Mad Mac.
Still got a lot of match left here.
Ooh.
Oh my! Especially if Jeremy does that.
And there was no need for that. And that's unusual from Jeremy. Jeremy's such a strong, dependable player.
He jumped up.
He's-
If you saw him, he kind of stood up through the middle of that shot. You just watch. He comes out of his stance here a little bit as he comes through. Well, maybe he didn't. I don't know. I thought I saw it.
No, and the cue went through straight and everything.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
if there's
what he did. He
anyone
just-
who you'd
just
bet on
missed.
making simple shots without making unforced errors, Jeremy's your guy. I mean, he's so dependable. He's so good.
Yeah, and he just
and-
missed. He
and
just
that one
forgot to aim, I think.
Yeah, that really has to be it, because you're right. He didn't, on the replay there, he didn't do anything weird with his stance, and his cue went through straight. He
Take a
was
second,
possibly
thank everybody.
he had a little bit of an angle and was trying to just hold the cue ball a little bit, and that lured him into hitting the object ball.
We
more
sure
fuller.
appreciate all the likes and shares, guys. We definitely need it, so please continue to do that. And you are watching Mad Apple Extreme. We're located at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company on West College Avenue in Appleton, Wisconsin. We're here every Friday.
So Gray's happy here to have a chance, but got some problem solving to do.
It's got to be tempting to try and find a safety to offer these two down here. You know, off the 2 and the 6.
Yeah, and you just don't dare do anything that leaves Jeremy a shot on the 9, and the 15's shootable. He's just going to roll in gently, nudge behind the 5. Hit that. Beautifully.
Does he not have the 9 here by doing that? I think he can see that 9. I don't know.
Well,
He's trying to figure out how he was going to get far enough the
that's
table not to leave
true.
him.
Then it's a mistake not to have come around and had a good eyeball of what your lines are. Because there was really no chance at that speed, if this goes, not to leave this shot.
Oh, it definitely goes. It's just whether or not he comes out of this
I mean,
that shot.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he did. He came out perfect. In fact, he nudged the 4 and opened up the corner shot for the 8.
so that has to go as an unforced error for Gray.
That was just a terrific shot here by
Yeah.
Jeremy. He nudges the 4 off also.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
So now
Perhaps lucky to negotiate those little kisses, but
yeah,
I guess if
works.
it turned out perfect, I can't say that for sure, can I?
It's all directional. Some of those kicks, when you open that stuff up, you're just, oh no,
Ooh, another miss
same pocket.
from Jeremy.
He might not have jumped up, but it was definitely rushed. That shot.
All right, Gray, you got a reprieve, and this time Stripes only have 1 ball on the table, so your safety is a little bit easier, but he's actually not even going to go for a safety, is he?
Yeah, he doesn't need it here.
Well,
He's got those 2 broke down.
yeah, I guess you don't want to play safe if you don't have to, because you give Jeremy a chance to kick it or jump it or something, so it's safer. The only 100% safe shot is to run out and don't let your opponent get to the table.
Don't miss.
But having said that, yes, where he's getting his cue there, the 6 ball could go from there. Awkward though, isn't it? And you still got to get position when you play that shot. And of course, both balls go into the other corner pocket. He could get some kind of shot straight on the 5 and roll for a shot on the 2 or the 6 into the corner that's not closest to them. He's nicely on the 3. Even there, that angle that he just lined up his cue on shows you he's trying to get an angle on the 5 to go over. Maybe he's to take the 7 out first.
Yeah, he's going to now. I don't know if that was.
Boy, I
the
really hate
initial
to leave
intent.
this kind of tricky part up here till last.
Yeah, but he can play safe if he gets down there and doesn't like the shot. I don't think it's as much work as you might think.
Ah, my
He's gonna
spidey
stick to it.
sense says you should have done this a couple of balls previous. And he looks like he's straight on the 7, so he doesn't have a lot of options And you say you could play safe, but it just depends. You land on a weird angle and it all of a sudden becomes difficult to play safe. So he's drawing. Is he trying to get straight on the 5?
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, if you are.
Oh.
Well, you got too far for that.
Yeah, so now he's going to have to play the roll forward shot and try and get all the way to the top rail. Yeah, and it's so straight, you've got to worry about accidentally snicking or running into the 15.
You got to kind
So
of
that
float it.
means
You can't give it any
a little bit
extra
of a
top, yeah.
stun run through. Yeah, there you
Good
go. Missed
shot.
the 15. That was great. With good speed. So that's nice. Still don't like leaving this till last. If he can shoot the 6 straight and draw back without contacting the 2.
Think you can just tap into the 6 into the
He
crack
could play safe here if he wants.
He definitely wants to pay more attention than he paid last time and gave up that 9 ball.
That's why I really don't like leaving these 2 balls till last.
I mean, you almost catch just a little of the 2 here first, right? I mean, just to.
Well, what he lined up there is I think he wants to not hit the 2 at all. And that's why he was always going to be cheating the pocket on that shot. Tried to cheat it a little bit too much. He got the position he wanted. And he could have played safe there if he didn't like the way that sat. Long cut, though. This shot, I mean, Jeremy's really good at these kind of shots. A lot of people would find this tough. Oh, bank shot. Beautiful. Bank shot with great position. There's a replay shot, Kendall.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful to watch that shot. Bank and...
Well, let's go back to the bank here.
Yeah, look at this. And look at the position on this shot, how he plays this. That's awesome. Gray's got close in a lot of these racks, at least in the racks that he's got to the table in. But close isn't good enough. But he's still got to feel good about the way he's playing because he is playing some good shots. He's still playing aggressive. Jeremy is just about to get to his halfway mark. And so Gray does need to convert some of these racks and kick it into high gear unless he wants this set to be finished with a very lopsided score. There's a dry break. Gray's going to be bolstered on here. He's not going to be giving anything up. He knows he's got a lot of friends and family and fans back in Milwaukee.
Fred, I agree. Jeremy's been on fire.
Is that where Gray's from? Is Milwaukee, is it?
Oh, yeah, Milwaukee, yep. Yeah, we got to get their stat pages up here.
He's playing a combination solid under the stripe. He likes stripes.
Yeah, I can't blame him. You get these couple of balls off the end here, and it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean, this shot might be the key. He's got to negotiate his way out here somehow.
Well, that's it. He's not straight enough, I don't think.
He's shooting this 9-ball in. I don't know if I would risk trying to get on it a second time. He obviously could shoot another ball if he wants, but I'd be trying to play some kind of sweet draw shot. You may end up drawing into the 8-ball, which is not the end of the world, is it?
Well, because you don't have to be on the 7-ball side of this 10-ball to make it. It goes in the other corner. So really, you're better off just trying to draw out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the 10 ball goes into its closest corner. So a little sweet draw shot to play a kiss on the 8 or close to the 8. Nope. Yep. Yeah, he was just showing us there where he wants to be. Just make sure you don't get behind the 8.
That's a good shot right there.
Perfect.
Hit that well.
So there's a lot of different orders he could shoot this in. But he doesn't want to leave the 10 ball till last, obviously, because that doesn't get you nicely on the 8. So it's got to be any one of these balls up table as your last ball.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty rough angle actually coming in, especially behind Gray. I can't see. But I don't know if he's actually got that ball.
It's weird from this angle. It looks tough, doesn't it? Oh, it's
Yeah, it must
he's
be
shooting-
accurate.
Yeah,
because
he's shooting the 14,
yeah.
which is a shame because I don't think he can hold for the 12. So he's got to find another way to get up there, and that's got a lot of pace in it.
That's gonna work though.
Well,
Look
that
at
worked
that.
out. That just worked out perfect.
A little bit of love there.
Yeah, the billiards gods. I mean, who's to say he didn't see that exactly the way it turned out? Maybe. I'm surprised at the speed there, really. I mean, you feel happier and more confident shooting at that speed. He could have shot it a lot softer.
That's
Just
funny.
Dribbled that 14 in.
So Jeff is laughing because before when I said you mean the 2-ball safety, because you called it the 8-ball and it was the 2 down there, and then you said I missed something. So he's really in for a surprise when he finds out how far behind he actually is. Because that was a long time ago. Jeff, you're going to want to hit that little live button on the left so that you're actually commenting within time of us shooting. There's a missed ball by Gray. And he really, I mean, he was in here perfect, so surprising
Yeah,
miss
it's a shame, isn't it? It happens a lot, doesn't it, where you work out your problems and then you see that now you finally got up to a spot where you don't have any serious problems, but you still have to run the balls. He was sort of in the clear there, wasn't he?
Yeah, it seemed.
It's a real thin cut on this 2-ball. But Jeremy likes it. No problem at all. Well, ever so slightly hit it too thin, did he? He went off the near jaw. It still went in, and that gave him more speed on the cue ball than he wanted. But he's still okay on this 6. Well, I'd like to have been another few inches to get straight on the 7 there, but he's got the 4 in the side. To give himself a better angle on the 7 or the 5. And then the 3 ball's over there, so yeah, he may have to use this 4 ball to get on the 3 first.
Well, to the end rail and out. Really good shot.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah, and that's nice. So he's nice and straight on the 3, so he can just roll forward. He's got shots. He'll have shots on the 7 or the 5. In the corner or the side. Depending on the speed. Yeah, and that's just perfect on the 5 in the side. Giving himself a roadmap, as they say. And I've always thought that phrase was silly. I can't think of a better one.
Stun back 1 rail for the 8.
Yeah, up the long way. Nope,
Well, he went forward.
of course not.
I mean, that's the only thing about that is you're doing a crossing pattern. Not saying he's going to have trouble with this shot, but
Yeah,
anytime you're crossing the line of the 8, I think if you went straight to the end rail and down, you're kind of coming on the same line as the 8. But Jeremy, no problem. Dead center pocket. Good shot getting him to 9 games.
well, at 9, start eyeballing the finish line at 15. All right, he's still got ways to go.
Yeah, he's looking.
Gray stuck on too.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Jeremy just has a way to kind of take control of these matches. And as good as Gray was playing early on, when I was watching him warm up, and I mean, he just looked on fire. I think Jeremy stole a little of that thunder out of him.
And when you look at the stats, it's actually very close. They've got a very similar number of unforced errors, very similar number of dry breaks, very similar number of safeties played, but a very lopsided score. Of course, our stats, the way we keep them, doesn't show the fact that Jeremy's had a lot more breaks in this break and winner breaks format. Another ball made on the break.
He keeps kind of leaving that cue ball down in that same bottom corner there. The last time he was kind of hung up down there. So that cue ball, I would say, is probably his weakness at this point. And those 2 tables he ran, the cue ball was not actually down on that end.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to choose solids or stripes here. And yeah, he's playing a combination. He's called the 7 ball.
Thing about that is he's still got the 1 and the 2.
I don't know if he's got position on anything.
He might not. 3 ball back cut.
What was the plan? Because I don't really see that he was close to any kind of position.
He's going to back cut the 3. Or left cut the 3. 1 2. Or play safe.
Yeah.
Well, and it is maybe a little frustrating as much as, you know, Gray gets back to the table here and he's obviously got a shot. It's tough safety, tough makeable, potable ball. I mean, I don't know. You know, to have an open look and not have a whole lot of great options.
Doesn't have much. Oh, okay. So he's looking at the 11 off the 10. This is possible potential to make a ball. And
Great, yeah.
the safeties, it's tough to see a good safety.
I mean, I think no matter what you do, you pull the cue ball to the end rail kind of back where you are, right?
Well, I don't know.
Even then, it's
Well,
not true.
you play safe on yourself then. If the 5 wasn't blocking the 14 all the way up.
I don't think the 10's in a good position to make this ball. I don't think it's far
It's
enough.
not quite. Yeah, you really have to hit it hard, I think, to keep it wide.
She either needed
If
to
the
be
11
closer
picks-
to the 10
Yeah,
or
if the 11
or
picks
to
up
the
too
side.
much roll and it's a long distance to go.
He's just drawn straight back. He's going to just leave the cue ball there.
Okay. Freeze.
It's about as good as you get. I
Try and
mean,
freeze Jeremy on his own balls.
left him the 3. And obviously, multiple safety
Yeah,
options.
Jeremy's got control here. Maybe coming off the edge of the 3 and trying to get the cue ball back to pretty much where it is. Or somewhere behind, in that vicinity. He might just try and shoot this 3 in. And he could go for this three ball, knowing that if he leaves the cue ball back down where his hand is, yeah, exactly, coming around just like that. Now watch this. Still didn't give a shot. So that was kind of a two-way shot there. At least it had a chance to end up being a two-way shot. He may have left a window for this
I think
14.
for that 14 ball, it looks like he may have left a nice gap.
Yeah, the idea there was he did have a good chance of leaving Gray safe if that 3 didn't go in.
Well, Gray's going to have to resort to the short stick, so he doesn't quite have it.
Yeah, he needs to come with a good shot here. Otherwise, he's really just going to be handing this rack right back to Jeremy. Oh, unlucky there not to go in off the 3.
Yeah, a little bit.
That would have been perfect for him because it would have opened up the 11. What is it? That's fine. Well, my money would be on Jeremy if I was a betting man.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of problems here.
My money would be on the Dalai Lama if I was a Tibetan man.
I think that was Gray's opportunity. If he would have slid a little too far there, he had a chance. But I think Jeremy's pretty much perfect on this ball.
You know, I was wondering if he had to use inside English to get up there, and he didn't. Is he there? Is he on the 3?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think good, and he'll just put a little left on this ball, and he's going to go right towards the side pocket.
All right, yeah, his body language says yes. You're
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I think he's got plenty. So he's going to push to the side rail here to avoid that 14-12. Yeah, right before the side pocket, just like that. Good rail or angle to just roll forward here for the 4. Oh, probably, I don't know, probably forward here, and I don't know, he's drawn. See, I always feel like that angle's not right, but then they just get up and hit it perfect. I think it's just the camera angle.
Well, we've talked about this before, but because the camera is really kind of effectively a point and not the same size as the table, it means it's sort of radiating outwards and these lines are curved, but somehow it doesn't look curved, which means either somehow in the lens or the software, it turns that curved image into a rectangular image. So what I'm really trying to say here is those straight lines are actually curved.
Right.
And so there's a little misleadingness when, looking at that overhead. The higher the camera is up, the less of an issue that becomes, but you really can't go much higher. If the camera was miles away and then zoomed way in, the lines would all be a lot closer to square.
9-2. Gray's got to turn something on here. Or this is going to be a short night.
All right, dry break. Complex though, and it's tough this late. You know, as you get into a match, you still got to. You can't just go in there start shooting. When you have a complex layout like this, you really got to figure this out and plan it. So it's a test now for Gray for mental fortitude. Keep your mind in the right place. Yeah, he likes solids much better than stripes. They're all sort of out. You can pick these off. And just like that rule of thumb says, you know, you pick them off in areas, and the last balls on the table, the ones down table, the 5, the 1, and the 4, one of those, that whole group are the last balls before the 8. And it's so easy if you don't have precise speed control. Easy to get yourself in trouble, isn't it, Gray?
Well, because now here, I mean, it's still a makeable shot, either one of these, but trying to pull the cue ball back in control and back in line to get around that whole cluster of stripes that are in the center of the table. Look at how symmetrical those balls all are around that 9 ball.
Yeah.
9's in the center, and it's almost perfect spot on around
Pentagon.
it. If the cue ball was made up a little bit further, it'd be a perfect pentagon shape.
Yeah, and you'd love to be able to, if he'd been straight on the 2 and then he could get straight on the 6, and this would be simple. But shooting the 6 first,
yeah,
means you kind of got a problem.
He's not happy about that. I think that's the first time I've seen Gray express maybe even just a little bit of frustration. Jeremy just moving things around a little bit.
Yeah, and a quick look at stripes here says that, yeah, okay, they're kind of all in the way of each other. They're all kind of right there. That little nudge on the 15 is not going to help anything at all. But what I was going to say is the 12 ball is kind of awkward to get on. So, yeah, he's
Yeah, now he's got to get over for that 15 in the side. Yeah. Tough.
So, okay, he's going to use a little nudge on the 8 ball here to free the 12. And then, like you say, he's still going to get... Oh, that turned out almost good, but now he can't risk... If he wants to keep running, he's going to have to bump the 8 ball out. He didn't yet solve the 15 and the 11 yet.
That's what we call a good old-fashioned scramble.
Yeah, it's sort of he solved one problem and found another one. I don't see you running out if you don't bump the 8 here. Of course. I mean, shooting the 12 and not breaking the 8. The 12 is the only way you can break the 8. Not the only way, obviously. There are other ways, but it's the simple and natural way to break the 8. And he needs to come out. If he brushes the 8 ball here and draws out, he may. Yeah, I think he was hoping to actually go into those stripes. I wouldn't be surprised with that speed. So again, it's like the Energizer Bunny. He's still going, but it's not getting any easier. He's got one chance here to get on the 15. Yeah, massive amount of inside spin. Totally lost control of it there. So here's a chance for Gray. Solids don't look bad. Just try not to trip over yourself and freeze on any ball. Although it's not even super critical which ball he leaves to last. You might all say, well, 5 ball, of course, but he's almost straight on the 4 ball in the long corner, and if he sits good on it, I might shoot it now, but I don't really know if he's that good on it.
I actually think the most crucial part is the fact that you see him speeding up just a little bit right now, trying to get a little bit of a rhythm.
A little bit of a
He's
change.
got a pace in his step that he didn't have before.
Yeah. So even if he doesn't get good on the 2 here, he'll be on the... Okay, that is good. That's better, obviously, getting on the 2. Now, all of a sudden, it looks good. But even if he wasn't, he could use the 5 to get on the 2, and the 2's okay to get on the 8, but this is better this way. Well, he finally gets off 2. Been on 2 for a while.
Well, I think it was just important for him to get a little bit of a pace going.
Communicating with us in the booth.
Yeah.
What did that...
5 minutes. It's
5
like
minutes?
torture. That's what I said. I said, yeah, like a little quicker than 5 would be great.
All right, tell
You
him a
got your
joke.
information up?
You betcha.
You do not.
Got somebody's information up. I don't know if it's the right
Robbie
one.
Schmidt. Would you guys like to hear about
Let's
Robbie
talk
Schmidt?
about Robbie Schmidt. No, let's not. All right. Now, don't you have...
Look at that. One-eyed panda in the house.
a one-eyed panda?
Yeah, Dan. I don't even know if he plays pool anymore. Did you figure it out yet?
Nope.
Got David Searing, got a few others in the house. We can probably... Here, let's go to the... back out on the other cam. Uh-oh, somebody bumped it.
No way. Oh, yeah?
And go out there and square it up.
Is that... You want me
Since
to?
we're waiting. Yeah, just go up there and you just got to tip it. Somebody just ran into it.
Okie dokie. Where is it?
Hanging on the TV. That's why it rattles a little bit. Oh, look, Gray's right back, so hurry up. Jeremy's not back yet. All you got to do is look at the top of the camera and square it up so it looks square. Here, we'll see how he does. We'll watch it. Watch it in action. See if he can figure it out. Plus, I think Julia Fox will like this. All right, we're going to get a big hand in front of it. Oh, no hand. Look at that. Perfect. Oh, don't do it. What are you doing? Oh. There's, there. Yeah, now stop. He can't hear me, so. There, you saw my thumbs up, though. Good job. When I was going to zoom out. Oh, see, we can see the players. So waiting for Jeremy to get back.
And poor old Gray, who asked for a 5-minute break, and I think when he communicated with us, he got from you, no.
Well,
Now he's back in record-breaking time and waiting. Having a little chit chat with David Searing. Foosball players in the background. There's Josh Payne over there. How did you do against Josh Payne the other day? I know you guys were playing some big sets, weren't you?
I lost. He was playing good. He played great. I can't win lately. I can't win for nothing. Let's see. Sequester, whatever the heck that is. Back in my day, sounds like the old man in the barber shop. Back in my day, he said, we only used green felted tables. The blue felted tables are making my eyes hurt, and gray just blends right in. Talking about gray, or player gray, or are you talking about the gray cloth? We're going to go to gray. And I think gray cloth is absolutely gorgeous because it doesn't blend with any other ball.
Yeah, I mean,
green cloth is horrible because it's way too close to the 6 ball and you lose the edge of the 6.
Yeah, and I think grey is kind of like a non-color, really, isn't it? And there's already enough colors in the balls.
Yeah,
grey is the new blue.
We had to give up the horse and buggy too. I think the blue's going to go away, though. I think you're right. Gray is the new blue. I just think the lines are all crisper. What happened to Jeremy? If the balls move and you don't see anyone, it's gray. I'm confused. All right, Jeremy's back. Got himself a fresh libation from the bar.
And he gets a little quick kiss on his way in. I'm assuming that's his wife over there.
Well, I hope so, or she's going to be pissed. Especially since she's got a baby.
And it was on camera, too, so everybody saw it. Oh, look at that.
For the break.
Did anything go in?
Nada.
Yeah, it must have. He's just got his shooting cue, so that's a good break.
2, 4, 6.
A great break. That little break in time might just be what he needs.
I think the 12 goes past in between that 7 and the 3.
And if he could get a break and run here and then break the next rack, that is going to be a big boost.
He's banking the 8. That's what he's kind of looking at.
Wow. Yeah. Because solids really aren't much better, are they? Even if you did have a shot on one. Could play the 5 and break the 2-8 out. But no, he's going to take stripes. What I don't like about that is you're leaving your 8 ball till last. And by that I mean, obviously, the 8 ball's always last. Breaking it out or solving the problem on the 8 ball.
Yeah, sometimes if you're planning for it the whole time, it's maybe not so bad.
But what are we talking about? A bank on the 8, are we? That's awkward because of where the 6 is.
Yeah, but there's nothing over there to break it with necessarily.
You know what I mean? Because if the 6 wasn't there, you could end up with a pretty natural bank shot on the 8. But
so which one do you break it off of and then have a leave on it? I mean, that's the problem that I have. And
you can't do much with the 12 because it's smothered by those solids.
Yeah.
But so he's going to just pick the 14 and the 15 off first.
Yeah, I think he's got the right pattern here.
Leave the 12 till last. But the problem is with that bank shot, the 6 is forcing you into the double kiss zone.
With what? I don't think so.
6 ball doesn't let you get a nice, simple bank shot.
Truthfully, ideally, you'd want to play shape off the 11 for the 8 because it's in a better spot.
Yeah, but he's not going to do that.
Well, he can't, right? I'm just saying ideally. Yeah. So here you want to be pretty darn straight.
Yeah, because you can't do much with this. You can't do much with his 12. There might be, a chance for him to play a break shot on the 12, is there? If he gives himself an angle, couldn't he shoot the 12 and get into the 8. About where he just put his cue shows you no, he's not looking at that. He might be thinking about that. And if he is, he's actually got too much angle on this 11 to really make that simple. But and from the commentary box, we get a good shot, and we'll be able to see if he's on this 12 ball, what kind of angle he's got. And the answer is he's kind of on the wrong side of it.
Yeah, it looks like it. So do you go forward and try and play the crossover?
He's just going to draw off the 3 ball gently and try and... Boy, where he's pointing his cue, doesn't that look like a double kiss on the 8?
No.
Unless he's going to play...
No, I think he looks straight in. When he's right about where he is now, really.
okay.
Right?
I guess that...
I mean, if anything, he's...
It must be true, otherwise he wouldn't be looking at it, but...
Yeah. I think that's a double kiss. So he's definitely got to move over. He's going to come to the right. Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, called it. This is the plan the whole time.
One heck of a run if he can finish.
Yeah, and it'll be a good confidence booster, wouldn't it? Give him some momentum. If this doesn't go in...
Looks tougher from here.
Yeah, I think it looks tough. From where I'm looking, I just don't see this as a good bank shot, but he's called the side pocket, so it must be on. And if he doesn't make this, how deflating for him. If it does go in, it's going to feel good. Breaking the next rack, storming on, and planning his comeback.
Gentle draw, otherwise he's in trouble. Yeah.
Went too long.
Quite get it. All right, so with that, he's going to leave Jeremy just smorgasbord of shots.
So he goes back to his chair and just has to sit and stew for a minute.
Well, it's tough when you got to watch your opponent run something out that's wide open.
This next run is torture for Gray. He's not expecting to get back to the table in this rack. But he's still got to sit and wait. He'd like to just concede this rack and move on, but that's not going to happen. You can't do that. I mean, there's obviously ways to run yourself into trouble.
Well, not to mention King of the Hill rules, you lose 2 racks.
Yeah, okay. Even my grandma could get out here.
And where is she?
She's in the afterlife. Watching on the stream.
Just another day at the office here for Jeremy. A couple more shots here. Going to get him to 10. Double digits, 5 away from retaining his crown for the 5th week in a row. Man, I was finally excited. Somebody, said something in chat, and then it was that. Don't read it.
Okay, well, you mean don't read it out loud?
Yeah, correct.
Am I allowed to take a look?
Yeah. No, you can probably handle it.
No comment.
Right.
Well, Jeremy's doing what he's done to a lot of these opponents, which is put the match away with a very lopsided score.
Well, except for he hasn't put it away. Greg can definitely come back.
He's not put it away yet, but the score is very one-sided at the moment. And
I saw Gray run 2 racks in practice earlier. Kind of junk racked himself there, it looked like.
Yeah, it felt like,
wasn't,
didn't it?
wasn't great, was it? No
And
impact.
there we go. Dry break.
Yeah, it just died there. It didn't do much of anything. And for the result, you don't have much of a rack to shoot at either.
Right. Almost glad you didn't make a ball.
Yeah.
That's not really true, but
This is workable. If that 15 goes, it's actually still a workable rack, but
yeah, the 15 looks okay, I think. Yeah, it's tough to say that for sure. The 14 has got a chance to be made, but although the windows to get on it are tough, but because of where the 15 is, you do have a chance to do that. So if he would have played assuming the 15 goes, if he plays a stop shot on the 9, he's got a little angle on the 15, so he could shoot the 15 and maybe draw and kiss the 7. From the overhead view, it almost looks like the 14 doesn't go that way.
well, the 14 goes to the right.
To the right, yeah, okay. The other camera angle, I thought.
So, I mean, really, he doesn't have to pick anything out for the most part.
It's tough to get down there, though,
Eight
isn't it,
ball
on
is
that
tough.
14? Do it right now, I suppose. Roll forward on the
Now's
11.
the time, yeah.
And this is all assuming that the 15 goes, which it just might not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is what he... Oh, yeah.
Well, this would be the 9 ball, regardless of what he was going to do. And this could be what he was going to do.
Still got to get on the 14. Okay, well, we now know that the 15 goes because he's called it. Played for it and called it. Still got to get on the 14. And you definitely don't really want to play any kind of breakout shot here because you're just opening up and spreading all those solids all over the place, and that's probably not a very good idea. Oh, wow. Get a replay on that, Kendall.
Played it off the 8. Slid in perfect.
Wow, to bust him up. He was breaking him up. He rolled the dice. And he's got a chance here. That was quite a shot. Watch this shot. Broke the 14 out.
Yeah, they all go now.
Stripes all have pockets. Still tricky to get on. Well, because
I
of the way
like this
13
here.
is,
Just
yeah.
stop the ball, right?
Stop shot on the 13 gives him
Yeah.
a cut on the 14.
Yeah, just don't
Spin.
try and do too much here. Yep,
Spin nice out.
perfect.
And he's due for a good result in one of these racks because he's still
Yeah.
staying aggressive and shooting at it, so he doesn't look like he's changed at all.
This is a perfect angle, really. You just hit this a little bit low, a little bit right, maybe. And just let it naturally come
And
around.
hopefully, yeah, right where he's left his cue there. Because that would give him an angle on the 12. You don't want to end up straight on the 12.
So maybe you just go, yeah, I guess you're right. So he's going to go a little higher here. I say higher, Chuck.
There you go. That's perfect.
And even as simply as right where his cue ball is now is good enough, probably. But he'd like to get a little further. Probably hit this ball hard enough to get to that second rail. It's pretty safe to do that.
Yeah, you say that. It's not like the natural stun may go too close to the side pocket.
Side,
So
yeah.
he's got to have a little bit of draw. Oh, he's hit that perfect.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of draw to get that nicely. So he's still playing well.
Well, and honestly,
Still feeling
this is the gray that I watched earlier play.
This is the gray we've come to know and love.
Well, I mean, this is a nice stroke here. You can tell he's got
Yep.
the speed down perfect. I really hit that well.
Yep.
So nice shot there and good finish for Gray. Needed it.
Yeah, just got to forget everything that's gone before and stay the same. Don't change. The psychology as the match progresses and the ups and downs can change, but Really, you don't want to because he started out aggressive. Started out making a lot of almost runs, and so he's doesn't want to change too much.
It's progress. He's only down 6. He was down 7 before.
Well, that's positive thinking, isn't it?
Yeah. String a couple here.
Yeah, if he can break and run this rack, he's got momentum. Oh, too much.
Oops.
Gave it a little bit too much. That happens, doesn't it? And those balls opened up very nicely with ball in hand.
Way too nice. He's
And
not
then-
going to like the result
And a
here.
nice open table. He's going to have to sit and endure.
It's going to be a pair of 1s here for Jeremy, I think, after a very short amount of time.
2 thin ladies, 11. I could do that if I didn't do what I did now. I could be a bingo caller.
It's much more enjoyable. What does he take? Yeah, stripes he's going to go with.
Yeah, this run is looking.
Yeah, there's just no
Wish-
real spot
Can
to make a
anybody give me
mistake
a
here.
better phrase than he's got a roadmap here? Because that's what I'm
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to say. I just don't like saying it. Because that phrase doesn't even make sense.
Oh, because
Because if you have a map, it's not like automatic, this is the way you go. Unless it's, I don't know.
this is as easy as Google navigation.
Yeah, there you go. He's got GPS.
GPS.
He's got a
yeah.
GPS run here. Shoot the 11 and roll forward. Make a U-turn where necessary.
Got a little straighter than he would have liked here. I'm pretty sure he would have preferred not to shoot this 14 all the way down table
Yeah,
in the
no
corner.
problem. I don't even know why he's taking so long to think about it, and he's whipping his cue up and down like he doesn't like
well,
it.
because he wanted to shoot the 14 in the same pocket. It's
Yeah.
so much easier.
And he's
I
got
mean, even here, he's got
to
a
make
funny
sure he's
angle.
not on the rail because he's got to play
Yeah.
a stop or a slight draw on the 14.
Yeah, unless he just.
And that's
Perfect.
yeah, because he hit that actually low. It wasn't really a follow shot. It was like a
Stun
hair
to
of
the rail.
yeah, hair of stun just to give it a little bit wider and get off the rail. And doesn't want to be on the rail after this shot either.
Another
Perfect.
nice little stun over to the rail and
Perfect.
back out. Can't hit it too much better than that. This was the key shot, I think. One of a couple. Take a second just to thank everybody again for joining us. We do appreciate it. Please make sure you get out there, share, like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Number one, you can't talk to us in chat if you don't subscribe. That's how we get rid of all those stupid spammers and people that try and interject in here that don't belong. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you like and share because that's how we keep it running. All of the money we do raise, too, with super chats and things like that, and just the monies that we generate off of the ads, we donate towards our juniors program and to try and help juniors one way or another. So Kim's actually setting up a nonprofit for us for that.
Oh, yeah.
In process. Last couple breaks, Jeremy struggled again, right? Last one, it looked like he wrecked himself.
Yeah, so that's 2 consecutive dry breaks for Jeremy.
Thanks, Fred. We try.
He's okay. With this angle, yeah, he's going to go down table. And he's got a choice when he gets to it for 2 different pockets for the 11. Diagonally opposite corners.
I don't know. Depending on the angle he's got, I don't mind playing for the 11 right here and leaving that 12 hang out.
How do you get back down for it, though, if you leave it there, the 12?
Any one of those. He did stay inside.
Yeah. So here's the key shot. You got to get this one right.
Oh, fortunately, the 13
okay.
being where it is isn't going to...
Yeah, so he's not getting on the 11 here. Yeah, he's going to get on the 13.
Well, and that would be forward, and I think you almost play 2 rails, yeah, right there to try and bump into that 8-11.
If he gets there, doesn't he just shoot the 11 in the side?
Well, if he does, I mean, but although bumping into it, you could bump the 11 into trouble, too, so maybe you just avoid him, see what he decides. Came out really avoided him.
Yeah,
That's going to play fine.
He
for
didn't
him.
like that shot that he lined up there on the 13. You know, just because you run around and point your stick at it doesn't mean that's what you're going to shoot.
Yeah, right.
Because when you
So I
get there,
think-
you just might not like it. But
I'd be surprised to see him just not play here. 14, 11, 13, 8. I can't tell the angle necessarily, but
yeah. Oh, you're saying leave the 13 till last?
yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I got to work on
Just
the...
because this 14 doesn't really get you on the 11 very nicely.
Yeah, so he's just going to try and hold this. So you can see he's hitting this with a ton of left. And he's just going to spin this. No. Oh, he went up and over. Great shot.
Yeah, he
Like it.
does have a choice on shots. Yeah, 13's a little bit thin. If he'd gone a couple more inches, he may have been shooting the 13 next. He's kind of got the wrong angle on the 11 too. Unless you like that. Draw to the side rail. Punch it in. And 2 shots ago, he did have a choice when he had 3 balls on the table. He could have shot the 13. And the only reason you probably didn't like that is because he was bridging over the 4. And now he's on the 13 and he's bridging over the 4. Gotta pop this in.
That's a big shot.
Nicely done.
Really was well hit. Good job there, Gray, getting within 5 games. Back and replay this 13 ball. That was the key shot. Tough little shot, pot jacked up over the 4.
Yeah, this is a tough shot. I mean, it kind of looks simple, doesn't it? But bridging over the 4 like that and over that distance, really easy to hit that wrong.
And he had to hold it off the 3 like he did too, so did a nice job there. Yeah, the new camera angle is great. I just got to work on the lighting. Lighting's not right. It's not set up quite right. We just tossed it up there, though. It's a little shaky, too, because it's just hanging on the big TV. Every time they bump the table, it moves. We'll fix it. That was a good break.
Yep, second ball.
Yeah. And it opened up, actually. It didn't cluster back together too bad, which
Tougher
is
shot. It's gonna
typically
be
the issue.
First one. Gonna make a ball now if you want to choose a group.
I think it's solids from what I can see. Could maybe play the 9, I guess.
What's your shot on solids?
2-ball. 2-ball because you can just make it. You don't have to. You can either get the 6 out of it, or I would just make the ball. I'd take my chances because I know the 6 is there. I know the 1's there.
And the 5 ball then becomes your next issue. But yeah, really the first issue, of course, is you got to make this. Yeah, he is. He is playing your shot there. I wasn't sure if the 4 ball went into the side pocket, perhaps.
Yeah, he did look at it, so it must be close. Just
Yeah,
determination of which ones.
Doesn't really give you good position there.
Right.
So yeah, like you say, you don't have to do much here with position. Focus on rolling.
Could
this ball
actually
in.
get on the 5 naturally here if it goes by the 1.
All right.
Well, good thing the 6
right.
is there because that's
Okay.
the one he ended up with.
And he showed us he's not too bad bridging over a ball, and he's tall, Gray is, so to reach this shot. Still awkward though. He's got an angle where he may go into the 14.
Yeah, you called
So
it
he
exactly right. He does have the 3 down table, and he probably can still back up that 4.
Yeah, I'm still worried about the 5 ball. Little nudge.
No more worrying about the
Oh.
5 ball, but now does he have a shot on the 3? I think he does.
I think he's okay. His balls kind of cover each other. Yeah, right there. If he can go around this group and end up where he just pointed his cue stick, get close to straight on the 5, he'll be sitting pretty. And it looks like he has hit
Hold
that.
on. Yeah.
Almost perfect. He's okay. Might have to draw into the 9 ball here.
If you roll forward, you think you totally missed
okay.
the 1? I think.
Roll forward and nudge the 1 is what he's telling you.
Yeah, I think the 1 almost goes in the same pocket.
So, I
if
mean,
you
he has
do
a
that.
choice there. He could draw and hit the 9 and be okay, but rolling forward and hitting the 1 with a little soft
As
speed.
long as you don't hit it too thin, actually.
Oh, he's
But-
digging down.
Yeah, he's going to draw over.
Oh, drew to the other side of the 1. Interesting.
Beautiful shot. And he's left himself a perfect angle to get right where he's pointing. Just a little stun over to the rail. You see him jack up just a little bit here. Well, he's staying down. Okay, he had more of an angle. Get off the rail.
All right.
Likes to test himself right to the
Yeah,
end.
gonna needs a good stroke on this one. Yeah, he stops himself, gets back up. Deep breath. And back down again. Yeah, this camera angle is good for this, isn't it? Shows you a little bit more. Interesting foot positions that he's got there in his stance. Oh, dear.
Pushed it. And get a
Ouchie.
little fortunate he's going to leave the 14 tied up. Tell he wasn't real happy about that one on his way back.
Yeah. Jeremy's got a nice shot to break this out now. I don't think he's going to be thinking about safety at all here. He's going to be popping these out, and this 8-ball is going to be free any minute now. Jeremy's got to come with a shot here. He's not quite. He's not on the rail quite like Gray was. That shot is no problem at all for Jeremy. Ball in the side pocket, followed by a ball in the other side pocket. Followed by another shot in the side pocket thereafter. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, actually. It's got a little bit of a weird angle on this 11. Well,
Yeah,
it's what he's got to do. He's going
it's funny here.
cut it in. Yeah, it's just kind of that shot angle on the 11. I mean, it didn't
Can
offer
he see
him
the
much
9?
else.
I guess he can. He's cutting the 12.
Yeah,
huh,
12 on
too.
the side.
Yeah. Not pleased. He definitely did not want to be here. Let's see if he can recover. Of course he can. Straight in. Well, we'll let it run through one more time. I thought I had it, but there's a crucial shot on the 12.
Yeah, Jeremy's edging ever closer.
Yeah, that's 12. 3 games away, so trying to win his 4th in a row since his comeback here.
See if these ones open up a little bit better. Oh, another dry break. And an awkward looking lay for Gray here. He may have to take that 4-ball that's hanging over the pocket first. Thus causing him to be stripes. Solids, I mean. At the 5-ball and the 7-ball. Not looking very good for solids, so what else has he got here? Doesn't look like he's got... what's he shooting at here? 15. He's got a shot on the 15. Nice shot. That's really good, actually. Stripes all of a sudden looks good now after that shot. So he's still thinking clearly. He's picking out good, making some good choices here. Still going to be able to run him. Pretty sure he was supposed to run further on that shot.
Yeah, I ended up short.
Yeah, give him another foot, and he'd have been on either the 9 in the side or the 14 in the corner.
Maybe, yeah. I think you go to the 14 here anyways,
Yeah.
but it does make the 9 trickier later.
This is a shot you really got to bear down. And if he's hoping to draw, still be on the 9. No, you shouldn't. You don't.
No,
need,
he's
don't
going
need
to
to do
play
that.
for the 11
Yeah.
next. Yeah.
Yeah, because the 13 and the 10 And actually, the 13 has to go before the 10.
Yeah, and I mean, if you get straight enough on the 10, you play the 10 to the 9 to the 8 after the 13. Otherwise, you go to the 9 to the 10 to the 8. But really, if you got the right angle on the 13, you go forward here. Play for the 10 next.
Yeah, so he can just roll this forward and have his... He has a choice here. He can play a rolling shot and count on either one of these. I think, actually, it is better to get on the 10 first and draw back and end up where he's looking at the 9. Because the 9 gets you on the 8. So he took a little look, and I don't know if it was for his next shot or for the shot after that. Depends on how he likes this slow rolling shot on the 13. Yeah, there you go. You've got to look at the 10. The 10 next, the long way. And it's actually quite critical that he gets close to straightish on this so he can draw back, because he does shoot the... Okay, a little bump. But that didn't work out.
That did not work.
It kind of did, because he can still chip the 9 ball in and the 10's over the other side pocket.
Yeah, but the 3's right in your path.
Yeah, 3 balls in your path of the 3 rail. Still doing it, though. He's draw. For a moment there, he got down as if he was going to play a good draw shot on the 9. So that's okay. Yeah, it's actually difficult to get enough draw on this ball to not go into the 3. He's thinking about drawing straight to the short rail, chop rail. But the problem there is you can't get quite enough draw on it. He's too steep on the 9. He still looks very calm. I'm not seeing much emotion from him, and he's very focused on this game. Oh, that's great.
Really good shot.
Is it?
Yeah, he's okay here.
Well,
I think he's far enough down that he can roll. Well, maybe not.
tough. Very tough.
Really tough, I agree.
Who put that side pocket there?
Tougher is getting on the 8. Not scratching is one thing. Just needed a little bit more draw than what he did get on it.
He might have thought that he was actually going to end up colliding with the 3 off that first rail.
Oh, yeah.
Because he put a lot of speed into that shot, didn't he? Boy, this is tough. Yeah, that was really tough.
Well, and I tell you, he was close to getting over far enough. It's hard to say now because the 8 got moved, but it's pretty close to having a line to try and shoot that 8 in.
Yep. But yet again, late in the rack, advantage Jeremy.
Yeah, as good as Jeremy's been shooting, he's definitely been left quite a few cleared out tables. Gray's been unfortunate to get down to the last couple balls and have something to go wrong.
Well, 7 out of 8 shots, Gray's been playing really good.
Right. Yeah. And when you're playing 8 ball, I think that's pretty not good.
Exactly right. Well, you can take these balls in almost any order, but of course, it seems like the 7 would be a nice last ball.
Because he shoots it next.
Well, like I said, you could do it any which way.
I think it's proximity here why you would shoot the 7 now.
Closer to it.
Yeah.
Do you like leaving the 3 till last?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at a stop shot right here, it's just a little curl down for the 8, so it's not... You won't move this that much, I wouldn't think. That's about right.
Yeah, we're going to watch a nicely controlled draw shot here. No, we're not.
Nope.
Yes,
He's
we
going
are.
to go around. Might go forward
Yeah.
too, yeah.
It's funny how it looks like he's queuing low on that ball to get the follow.
Well, Ricky Poole, do you remember watching him?
Does he always
He
hit
always starts at the bottom of the ball,
Oh, yeah.
and then if he shoots top, he comes up through the,
low? As he strokes it?
as he strokes, he comes up through the top half of the ball. It's crazy to watch. Back in the day,
Well,
he would play lights out like that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, Ricky Poole was good. I remember watching him in ring games at the Magnet. Got the perfect name for a pool player, Ricky Poole does.
yeah. Rick the Stick.
Spelled Puhl. German. If I'm not mistaken, that puts Jeremy on the hill. Did he score it already? No, he was on 13.
No,
before.
13.
He's on 13, okay.
Yeah, 13. He's 2 away.
He scored it quick, didn't he? I missed that.
Oh, what am I doing here? We haven't. Uh-oh, that's no good.
Wow. Get a replay on that, Kendall. That is the worst break
Little
so far.
little miscue. We'll go to it here in a second. So a little bit about Jeremy. He's 7'10", Fargo Radies. He's 43 years old. Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. He shoots with a Viking cue and a white carbon shaft. Doesn't look like he's got a white carbon on there now, though, does it? Tiger Emerald. He's been playing for 22 years. Favorite game is 8-ball. Favorite player, Shane Van Boning.
Didn't we determine that a white carbon shaft is actually black?
Is it? I think we did, actually.
Yeah, because it's spelled WHYTE, so it's a name, not a color.
Yeah, but they actually make one that's white.
Yeah, we looked it up, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. It's just a gimmick, though, I think. Spray paint or something. Carbon can't be white, can it?
So Jeremy decided to torture Gray on this rack and play a clever little safety break.
Oh, I've been where Gray is. He's just going to get up here and start cranking balls. Hope something happens.
I'd be calling my fluke shot on this one and hitting him hard.
Look,
Didn't you know?
I think we should have like a mulligan.
I've always
pool,
said
right?
that. No, I think you should be able to play flukes, but you have to call the fluke. You get one per rack, and you have to call it before you shoot it. And then you get up and just crank as hard as you can into the 7-ball here. No. All right, that's a silly idea.
7. He's playing stripes. So he's playing the combination 15-13 safety.
Yeah. Good job. Let's get into a tactical battle with Jeremy. And Jeremy's very good at the tactical side of this game. I remember watching a tournament where Billy the Kid was playing, and Billy the Kid was safety breaking. And he beat a whole string of players, all of whom were just shooting at the balls, good players, who just thought they would try and shoot their way out of it. And he beat them all. And then he came up against Jeremy, Billy the Kid against Jeremy. And Jeremy knows how to play that safety game.
Right.
And there was one rack where it was an open table for about 20 shots in a row, and they both continuously played safeties, even when they had chances. Neither of them wanted to become the first to make a ball, because as soon as you do that, you've got one less ball than your opponent. And so they
oh, boy. That was a nice try. Thought for sure that was in.
And in the end, Jeremy did beat Billy the Kid at the safety game.
So he played this actually off this 4-ball.
That would have been a great shot to go in, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that was
opens
so
them wide
close.
up. You deserve something there. If that had
Such a
gone in,
great
he
shot,
actually had a
yeah.
chance there to run that rack.
Well, now, alternately, Jeremy's got a good opportunity here. The 2-ball is going to be the trouble. Rest of it's not looking too bad. I don't mind shooting the 1 here and trying to bust the 2 out right now, actually.
Draw into it.
Yeah.
Feel like the 7, yeah.
Or the
He's on the 7,
7, yeah.
so I mean it's not. Of course, he could get on the 7 later, but
Oh, did he
look
play
at
that?
I bet he did.
Holy
I bet
cow,
he
how do you-
did. I'm sure he did.
how do you
Beautiful.
play that
We're
shot?
talking about that beautiful little kiss off the 15 to open up the pocket for the 2 ball. What a great shot.
On to the combination.
Looked like you were just about to play the replay there. Did we see it? We did.
We did see it.
Okay. Blinked.
Yeah, that's how quick I was. I didn't even miss his last shot. Well, so the 8 ball's the issue. 8 ball's what he's looking at. Was not super obvious hole for it.
No, well, whichever one it is, it's going to be up table, and he can use the 2 ball to get underneath the 8. Really, there's only one pocket, and 10 ball blocks it that way.
Side pocket.
Yeah,
shot,
it goes into the side pocket, close to where the 4 ball is.
Side or the corner up in the bottom right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that surprised me.
I
guess not,
Not
though.
really.
I
Yeah, you're
guess,
gonna
yeah.
you got to leave the 2 ball till last, and he doesn't have to leave the 6 ball there, so he's going to shoot it.
Well, we got something going on TV over there. Everybody's watching.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, you don't want to get too much of an angle. That got tough a little bit.
Yeah, he's got to use inside spin now, I think, or go backwards and forwards across the table, but probably inside spin.
So
If he'd been a little bit
backwards and
straight, he could have
forwards.
just rolled simply. Ooh. And that's why he just lost control. a
Yeah,
little
Gray's
bit.
not going to like this, though. This
Well.
is still pretty brutal.
He's going to be forced into playing some kind of safety here, but he's going to leave Jeremy kick shots with the 2 ball hanging. He might think about playing the 15-2 as long as you can draw back and play a hook on the 8, but that would require really good speed control on a draw shot. He is looking at... Nah, he can't even draw it there. He's can't play that shot I just said because obviously difficult bridging on the 9. It's tough to imagine not leaving Jeremy some kind of good kick shot here. He needs to block. I mean, what I'm thinking here is just snick off the 9 and kind of get close to where the 11 is. But he needs to block the 1 rail kick up table. So he kind of has to be right behind the 11. And actually looking directly at the table and not the screens here, he's kind of got too much angle. He really can't do that.
I like just rolling off the 9 here.
Yeah, I don't think he can get all the way to the 11, which means he
Yeah.
leaves a simple 1 rail kick shot, which Jeremy's favorite to make.
I don't know if he does leave a simple 1 row kick shot if you hit the 9 right.
The 9 stays
Yeah, kind of
on that line.
on
They
the
kinda-
1.
They both move a little bit together, yeah.
And you got to hit it.
And if
great.
he could actually just sort of play a stop or a draw kind of there and use the 10 ball to stop the 1 rail kick.
Yeah, I think he's going to come off this perfect, honestly. We'll see.
He's got to choose. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All
great
right.
shot.
Okay. That is good.
Jeremy's going to be able to jump
His
this
jump
ball.
shot,
up.
yeah. But not saying he can't get over the 15 and not saying he can't make the 2 ball, but the challenge is keeping the cue ball on the table.
Might even be able to masse. You might have enough room to just catch the edge of the... you just got to catch a little piece of that ball. So you might be able to masse
that's
past
tough.
the 9 and the 15.
Yeah. The edge of the 9 ball is kind of sticking out there, isn't it? To make the masse shot tough.
jump shot's tough to keep on the table. too.
Yeah, and that's right. I think the jump shot's really tough not to lose the cue ball. And he definitely doesn't have a simple, obvious kick shot. What else does he have there?
Oh, no, here comes a jump cue.
He's gone for the pitching wedge. If he makes this and doesn't lose the cue ball, this will be phenomenal. To get over the entire 15, you've really got to get the cue ball high. And you really don't want to be hitting the cue ball hard. You have to land on the two ball, really.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. The backside of the two ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he caught the 15, because
He
he
wasn't-
knew what he had to do there.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't far away from hitting that right. Just a hair more.
Does Gray have enough room? Can he shoot the 15 over to the left-hand side there?
Yes. If he wants, the cue ball can go off the two for position, clear the pocket. Not that really doesn't need to, but
Doesn't hurt.
exactly,
rid of it at this
exactly. It
point.
doesn't hurt, and it doesn't. Well, I don't know if the 9 ball goes past the 11, so
Might hurt,
he needs to make sure he gets a shot on a stripe after this. And if the 9 ball does not go past the 11, then forget that idea about making the 2. Yeah.
Man, he hit that plenty hard.
So we're gonna, but because he didn't make the 2, he's got to plan this better. You know, it's more exacting. He needs to get the 11 gone soon. So that means probably right now.
Coming for the 10 on the side,
Can
maybe
you-
with some left. Or do you try and kick the 9?
Ooh. Yeah, because he's not straight enough to draw, hit the 11 and draw, is he?
Yeah, a lot of left here, 10 on the side, and then up to the 9. Uh-oh. It's like right where you don't want to be.
Yeah, it's not very nice, is it? If you can do
Bank
that,
the
you should have just
12.
given it more and gone right up for the 12 ball. And
Bank
you
the-
almost think that the 9 could have been your best last ball to get on the 8.
Make the 12 into the 2 stop shot. Yep. That's what he's looking at.
Yeah, from here he's got a challenge.
Or, no, he's looking to cut it. Okay, so 9 into the 2. Try and hit his 12 and leave him down here. Leave him a tough 8 ball.
Oh, okay. Play the 9-2 combination. Hang the 9 ball, just in case you don't get the hook. But the goal is, of course, yeah, snooker behind. Snooker on the 8 ball behind the 10. Long distance. And there's a lot of moving parts to this shot. And while you're thinking about making sure that the cue ball doesn't drift out of the safety zone, you've
Make
also
sure
got to be
you make
careful
the
you don't
2.
miss the 2, because you just might leave him a shot on the 2.
That being said, I like it.
He's
though.
got
I
to hit
think
it
it's a
hard
good
enough that he
shot.
makes this ball, and I don't think he stays in that safety zone.
Oh, he just can't scratch.
Unbelievable. That's unlucky. If that had managed not to fall in, he would have ended up with a good result.
I'm glad he didn't pick it up, because that would be the end of the match. If he would have pushed those balls off, so
Yeah.
give him props for that. Getting Jeremy to the hill here, 14-5.
That'd be tough to call that, Kendall. Wouldn't it? Run
Yeah,
out there.
rules-
Hey, stop.
That's the problem with our world today. Rules don't mean anything anymore.
Well, as long as he's aware of it, but he is aware of it.
Oh, no, that's fine. Whatever you want to do,
Oh,
it
I
doesn't
know.
matter
Well,
anymore. Rules.
I don't
Silly
know. It'd be
rules.
a controversial moment if we'd have to run out there. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Just so you know, the match is over.
It'd be beautiful. So I'm impressed. It's hard not to swipe the balls at that point because the frustration level must be immense. So we'll give Gray some credit there. Good on him.
Yeah, and he's well tempered, isn't he, Gray? He's such a nice
Class
guy.
act, yeah. Really like the action of that break.
That cue ball was beautiful, wasn't it? Just stopped right there. And that's what happens if you can hit it really accurately, where the cue ball has no chance to go sideways and hit the side rail.
Probably one of the better breaks of the night
Yeah,
right
watch
here.
the cue ball here. Bang. Brakes go on. Stop it in the middle of the table. That 4 ball, which it went in, was the 4 railer. That was the corner ball. So he's going over the eyeball. Whether the 13 goes in the side. And if it does, he's going to shoot it first. Or second. Or third or fourth. Okay.
One of these shots, he might take it.
No. Because the 14 goes.
Before he shoots the 8,
All
he's
right,
probably
third.
going to
I'm
shoot
going
the
with
13.
third.
He's going to break him right here.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that tells you it didn't
Look
go.
at this.
Yeah,
How'd that come out?
That's
for you?
beautiful, yeah.
I don't
is
know.
he-
He might have snuck up on it.
So, yeah, that says that ball did not go in the side pocket. He's pretty tight on this 2 ball, isn't he? But he's getting down on it. Is he playing a little spin shot?
Draw up for the 13.
Ooh.
If he can see it. I don't know if he can.
Gotta watch
Might
carefully.
have to go forward for the throw shot and play to the 9 next instead
Right.
of drawing.
All eyes fixed on the 2 ball. See if it moves. Nope.
And he did have to go forward because of the rotation he had to put on the ball
Yeah.
to make it.
Right. He did use left spin, didn't he, to flick it in.
Oh, side pocket shot here.
And
Use
he is on the
7
hill
as a
here, so this might be it.
Transition from either this ball to the 13 or the 9 to the 13 is going to be the key.
Yeah, it's definitely not a gimme yet. And they're
Both.
all there, and there's definitely a nice way to do this, but does have to hit it right.
So a game of 1 pocket all of a sudden. 15, 9, and 13 all to the same pocket, I'm pretty sure. And the 8 will obviously be different.
Is that Dan Snyder?
It is. That's what I said. One-eyed panda.
Oh, why'd you get that name?
Because he's got one eye.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah. He's got his one eye's glass. Yeah.
They're waving at us now.
He can't see
Really?
it.
And he plays
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
This could be the beginning of the comeback. This is how it starts.
Well, it is how it
If
starts.
he misses this and Gray runs the next 10 racks.
I don't know. I've been where Gray is, and part of you is, it depends on where he is in his mind right now, but
But
part
you
of you
know,
is just like, get me the heck out of here.
I don't think he's going to be that. I think
No?
he knows he's got a lot of people at home watching.
Yeah.
He knows how to shoot pool. Why not
Well,
just have some
definitely,
fun and
yeah.
shoot some racks here? Let loose. Yeah, it's amazing that Dan plays that well with
Look
one
at
eye.
this shot.
Oh my
Look at
God.
this shot.
Unbelievable.
Holy cow.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
What a well-struck ball that was. We got to watch that baby again.
That is incredible. What a great shot. Now, he may have been playing it straight in, but
Why? It
whatever.
doesn't much
I mean,
matter.
it was incredible to hit
Just
that
to
ball.
see that, yeah.
2 rails. That's a tricky shot, isn't it? Now, he doesn't have a corner pocket here, so he's got 2 side pockets that he can snick it in. But he does not have a corner pocket available.
Bank shot to finish it off. Right between the 7 and the 1.
That was an amazing kick shot.
Holy cow. Okay, he is playing this to the side pocket past the 7. Let's see if he can finish things off strong. And he sure did. I'll
And
tell
it
you what,
goes. What a speed bang.
last 2 shots
Look at
were
that
just
shot.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a great finish. Great finish.
Let's take a real quick look at
Oh.
this 8 to finish things off. And perfect pocket speed. Great job. Congratulations to Jeremy, our
Yeah.
current and continuing king.
Another dominant performance from Jeremy. A lot of his scores have been very one-sided. Kudos to a valiant effort for the challenger Gray.
Yeah, he's
we-
going to be disappointed. I mean, he had some opportunities that he didn't quite capitalize on, but also played. He's just such a good guy. I like to see
Yeah.
him play, and
And we applaud his attitude.
yeah. So I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. I want to thank MH for sitting in the booth tonight again,
Thanks for
as
having me.
usual. Yeah, well, you're having me just as much. We're here every week together, so
That's right.
happy to have everybody join us, and thank you for watching. And don't forget about our King's Court matches starting Sunday at 11:15 with our Queens match. Tune in. We'll see you this week.
That's
Don't
right.
forget again, next week we're not here.
There's no
but there will be some foosball matches being streamed.
yeah. There's
if
no
you're into
Friday
that kind
King of the
thing.
Hill. There's no Sunday.
Next week. This week Sunday we got them.
Tomorrow we do.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I mean, this week Sunday, which is what, 2 days? I don't
2
know.
days,
They all
yeah.
merge together for me, and then next week.
all together. But anyways, shorten it up. Thank you guys very much. And enjoy your nights.